Richard.
Hey there, boys.
Hey, how we doing?
Gentlemen.
Hi, Ray.
Hey, guys.
How's the vid?
This is fucking ridiculous.
You got it, right?
I don't have it. No vid for me, my friends. No vid.
Did you get tested?
No.
Why?
I don't have to until 5 days after symptoms. I have no symptoms.
You had a sore throat and a bellyache yesterday, didn't you?
Well, that's because I'm fat and unhealthy. I mean,
Oh.
Jesus, let's think about the realistics of that, son.
I thought it was the blowjobs and the swallowing.
Ooh, that could be too. But side note, I spit on the side. I take it like a champ, but then I just go, "Puh."
Gotcha.
Oh, baby back bitch.
Oh,
I know.
just a-
I'm sorry. I'm
it's
sorry.
a seasoned professional. Look, we're burying the lead here. Bill, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm officially out of work. Billy, no job. Here to stay.
Billy Badwing is in honor of that. I have some of your greatest hits. We have Sleepy Bill, the Queen, and behind my right we have Ramblin' Man there. If the light ever goes down, you can see it.
Because the
So,
Ramblin' Man will be coming out a lot now that Billy Badwing is out to play.
I fully expect when we move into the Sunday social hour in but an hour from now, Billy Rambles will have something to say about the NFL quarterback class from the last 20 years.
Yep.
That's true fact.
We're excited. We need a catchy thing for unemployed Bill. I'm sure there's some kind of nickname that they had for unemployed people back when you were a Ute in the 20s and shit.
We'll figure it out.
We'll
We got
figure it
time.
out.
We got time. Figure it out.
We got plenty of time. What is the estimated Billy Badwing time frame? Same as last? Wasn't it like 6 months last time?
Well, it was only 6 months because clearly I had another tear. So the estimated timetable is 3 months. That I should be back.
He's gonna push the shit out of that. There's no way it's gonna be 3 months.
Well, I'm not by myself anymore, so I have someone to do all the shit that I was doing by myself.
Oh, Billy Love Bug.
It's
Well,
hilarious that, you know what? Look, we've said this before. Insurance fraud's not a thing to fuck around with. So it's, good for you, Bill. Being very serious about you, quote unquote, tearing your shoulder last time and it not, quote unquote, happening again because you have help. I'm sure it won't happen again. I'm sure, Bill.
If you could read between the lines, he says he has a girlfriend now, so he'll have help, which means he won't be going through 45 minutes of Pornhub trying to find a thing to jerk off to.
I haven't jerked off in a while, believe it or not.
That's true. That's true.
You got to read between the lines with Bill. He's it's
you're
all
right.
codes. It's all codes.
I missed that.
Pornhub sucks now. It doesn't take long because they took all the unverified shit away. It's so fucking stupid.
Well, I know another Sunday social we can dive into with Billy
There we
Badwing.
Bill's favorite tabs. Okay, well, we got a lot to get into per usual. Welcome to the Simple Minds Sports Show Friday headlines, January 22nd. Welcome to the show. Okay, welcome to the Simple Minds Sports Show. Let us tell you about what we're drinking tonight. What do you got there, Ray?
We got Pipe Dream straight out of quarantine. New England IPA. Delicious. You can find them at 49 Harvey Road in Londonderry, New Hampshire. Go buy yourself some. Delish.
Pipe Dreams is awesome. Go there.
Pipe Dream.
They're also doing deliveries.
Oh, yeah.
They're
$7 minimum. Yeah, $70 minimum order, but order the day before. They deliver Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. So
$70 is nothing.
Couple new candy beers out. I think there's like a
Unicorn
Skittles beer
Poop.
out.
Yeah, that's Unicorn Poop.
Yeah, they're great down there. And if you can be safe with the COVID and shit, go down there and spend a, get a couple pints. Their outdoor space is awesome. They allow dogs.
Yeah, food.
Pipe Dream, baby, one of our favorites. Go check them out. Billy Badwing, starting off slow, but I like it. And gradually get up there. Is he frozen?
No, I thought he was frozen too.
No, you guys just sound weird. I was just seeing what my audio settings were on, but whatever.
Like that fucking matters. Look, the Celtics drop another close one before we get in. I get it. for all these fucking green bobos, no Tatum, Embiid, shot more free throws than the entire Celtics team. I get all that shit. Two things I want to touch on here. Number one, the exchange between Marcus Smart and Joel Embiid calling each other flip-floppers and Joel Embiid saying that he was just too smart to flop is some of the banana shit I have seen. Just let me pull that up. I want to get an exact quote from Joel Embiid. Ray, give me your thoughts on whatever you want from the Celtics game and these two assholes.
Welcome to Premier League soccer with these two flopping around all over the place, all over the court. But you got to give it to Marcus Smart, though, because when he flops, he legit tries to hurt himself the way he flops on the ground. It is aggressively hard hitting on the floor, and he takes the flops to a new level. So he is probably one of the best floppers in the NBA right now. Embiid right behind him.
Dude, watching that game was so we all know that Marcus Smart flops, and we watch the Celtics a lot, but watching Joel Embiid, the way that he plays basketball as big as he is, I hate Ben Simmons' game, but not because of he just can't shoot. God, Joel Embiid is such a baby back.
And when he flops, he fucking goes and punches people in the face like he did to Tice yesterday. It's what the fuck? He flops on purpose and then fucking throws a cheap shot in there while he's going down. It's
the other thing on that, and a little bit more of a pet peeve in basketball technicality there. Joel Embiid, you can only garnish position from your shoulders down. Putting your giant fucking wing out there and then having Tice play limbo underneath it and smashing him in the face. That should be a foul every fucking time. That's basketball 101. That's what these jamokes down at the Y come and do. These hardos use their fucking elbows to get in there. Anybody that's played a men's league basketball knows exactly what I'm talking about. That was Joel Embiid all last night, which was frustrating to watch. Okay, let me read this from Joel Embiid, this tool. Okay, quote, Marcus Smart just told me that I flail a lot, ? Embiid said post-game. Quote, come on, I'm sure he knows himself and he knows his game too. He does a lot of that. And I don't think I do. I mean, if you watch basketball and if you're a student of the game, then you actually pay attention during the game. We all see every single foul, I get fouled. The game is physical. Other teams tend to be extra physical with me. I guess I'm just smarter than everybody else. I just take advantage of how they're guarding me. It keeps going. You can call that, I don't know, basketball IQ. If you're going to put your hand up there, I'm going to take advantage of it and I'm going to get a free throw line, get to the free throw line because I know that it's a great free throw shooter and that's a better chance for me to help the team win. End quote. I don't know if that was my reading or his broken English, but
broken English
doesn't sound like the smartest guy in the court.
No, he's dumber than rocks.
Yeah. What a fucking unbelievable quote.
No,
it is true though. He is the best big man free throw shooter in the league right now.
Isn't he 80%?
Yeah, he's over 80%.
He's good. He's awesome. He's an unbelievable player. He's just I can't stand him. I absolutely can't.
I can't either.
Him and Harden on the same team, both fucking dogs, would have been so good to watch.
Yep.
Yeah, that would have been great entertainment. But luckily, we got it better.
What were your thoughts on the refs, boys? You guys get a chance to watch some of that? Bill, I know you and I were texting back and forth. Honestly, I didn't have that big of a problem with the refs. They probably could have blew it a couple times with maybe Kemba going to the rack, but Tice is just flat out overmatched. The word around Celtic Nation is Tice gets the worst whistle in the league. If you watch him play basketball, he fouls almost every fucking time he plays. He's just not good. Get over it, Celtics fan. Tice is not good.
Yeah, and if you think about Embiid, he went to the line 25 times. Most of them were warranted. I mean, if you think about it, Tice, Robert Williams had 5 fouls in 16 minutes. All these guys, I mean, they couldn't stop him, and all they could do was hack. He was going to the rim at will, and they had no chance to stop him. Celtics probably could have got a couple more calls, but you see that a lot, especially on the road.
Embiid was hacking a little bit on the other end. They should have got Embiid for a couple of them. He was getting some superstar calls. It's the NBA.
Yep.
You see, if Tatum was in there, he would have got the calls too. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
If you had to ask, what's your biggest problem with the NBA? I think
officiating. Games like last night, I want them to swallow their whistle more because, again, when you have 65, 70 free throws in a fucking game and one team's 47-20 as far
That's
as
crazy.
a disadvantage. That's a joke. You slow the game down. Honestly, that game started at 7 o'clock. When did it get over? 10 o'clock?
Yeah, it was
That's
late.
that's a late game, and it was not a primetime game either. So if you think about it, it's like, dude, you get a whistle. Like, that's what I hate about the NBA outside of the cunty players is I think the NBA, like a third party directly outcomes the score of the game. Like he can help dictate the outcome of the score. No other major sport can do it. You can have blown calls in football. You can have blown calls in NHL, in everything, right? But you can't, like, it doesn't lead directly to points.
Yeah. I would just argue about the third party because, and before I say it, let me just say these stripes in the NBA should just go start watching tape of Shaq. They never gave that fucking guy a call. He was bowled through everybody. Like they should start treating Embiid like that. He's bigger than everybody in the league. No one plays a true center position. If he had any balls, he would just bowl people over.
Dude,
let him do it. Don't call it on him. Don't call it on them. Just let him play down in the post. That's how it should be. Instead of shooting 21 fucking free throws the game. Just unbelievable. But in terms of the third party determining the outcome, that was not the case in this game, Bill. The party that determined the outcome in this case was this
Brad Stevens
fucking team and this inability to close on multiple possessions. Now, I want to jump on Marcus Smart, but I can't. The beginning of the fourth quarter, he took 3 bad shots and looked like he was going to go out of control, and then he deferred to Kemba and Jalen for the rest of the time. Jaylen Brown had 3 really good looks. He had a design play on a curl, money shot at the free throw line, front rimmed it. He had a wide open 3 that would have either tied the game or brought him within the 1. He front rimmed it. And then he had another 3 in the corner, I think. Kemba Walker, for a stretch there, had 2 really bad turnovers. They were trying to get him to the rim. We saw it in the playoffs. When you have big guys in the rim, Kemba Walker just can't squeeze that shot up there. I haven't not seen that be successful.
It's like he's afraid of contact.
Well, it's like he doesn't know how to play. Not to go back to my most hated player in the league, but Kyrie Irving could finish at the rim better than any guard that I've seen, maybe other than Allen Iverson. Even Isaiah Thomas learned how to kind of stop, get a giddy up, use his ass to create space at the rim. Kemba Walker just goes a million miles an hour and throws it up there, and sometimes tices to clean it up and sometimes not. The bottom line is the Celtics yet again had chances at the end of this game to take the lead, seal the lead, and win the game, and they didn't. And it's not even frustrating anymore. It's just like expected. Which is probably worse, honestly. I guess the question is, we've been asking it now for a year and a half. Can they shake out of this, Ray? Now, let me say one more piece here. Jaylen Brown, this is really his first year in this position with these kind of shots on a regularity. And if Jaylen Brown's progression shows us anything, it's that he's going to continue to get better at whatever he's not as good at right now. So my answer is I think so. And it's all predicated on their age. But I don't know. Maybe not this year, right?
Yeah, Brad Stevens has been in the league for 8 years now, and he's yet to be able to help this team finish. And now you got these budding superstars that you want to try to finish. It's not going to happen. If the game is within 10 points coming in the fourth quarter, it's going to be a nail biter every time with the Celtics team because they let every team back in these games. Brad just lets his superstar sit on the bench way too long and then brings them in with way too less time to get this thing back up and wrapped up. So I don't think it's going to end up happening this year that these guys are going to finally get it. Like,
Bill, where's Tristan Thompson? Isn't this the exact reason we wanted this type of guy on this team, is to settle these guys down in these roles, in these positions? Did we have that wrong? Does it need to be a guy that can be on the court with the ball in his hands to settle him down? Or do we just have to give it a little more time?
I want to lean a little bit more time, but you brought him in what are they, 8-5 now? You're 13 games into the season. I expected to see it now. You're a focal point in the front court. You're basically starting, right? He starts now. He's putting a lot of minutes in, big minutes. He's playing deep in the fourth quarter. It's not there. It's not there. So, I mean, you might need a guy with a ball in their hands to fucking facilitate this, not Tristan Thompson. I mean, he's a vocal leader, but I don't think he's doing enough to fucking stop this bullshit.
Yeah, you're 8-5 with 4 losses coming in the last minute of the game, call it.
Yeah,
I mean, those
you're
are
easily, outside the Knicks, you're undefeated.
2 or 3 wins at the last second too, after you had significant leads at one point. None of these are really big comebacks and make it a close game. It's you've controlled the game up into the last part of the fourth quarter, and you've let it slip away. It's just a trend with this team that I don't know what's going to buck it. I really don't at this point. I'm not sure. It's frustrating to watch. Again, I just keep coming back to Jaylen Brown's 24, Jason Tatum's 22. So it's like we could literally wait 6 more years until they fucking finally get it. And then they might get it and win 3 championships. That's just the way it is in the NBA. Young kids don't win. It's just the way it is. Hopefully, these guys can buck a trend.
Thompson too. They took them a few years to get there.
Curry was year 6 when he became Steph Curry.
Yep.
So keep that in mind. Some more NBA news, Raymond. The Nets lose their first game with the big 3 buddy back there. Kevin Durant is still probably the best player in the NBA right now, over 30. Kyrie Irving on his first game back in 7 games dropped 37. It's not the headline for me. James Harden had 21. After 7 games, Kyrie Irving is the leading scorer on a team that lost to the Cleveland Cavaliers in double overtime. I know that that's not a huge dumpster fire moment, but to me, these are just like how many of these games can these 3 deal with? And if Kyrie Irving is the guy with 21 points and James Harden's got 37 and they lose, what is that? Where's the next spark, baby? Where's the next spark?
That's the spark. You go on a little skid. Kyrie's not scoring a lot. That's when the finger pointing starts. That's when you hear James Harden's been going to the strip clubs after games and making travel arrangements during away trips and all this shit. And that's when it all begins and it all explodes from the inside. So that's what I'm waiting for. February 14th. It's all going to happen. That's my prediction.
The Cleveland Cavaliers in double overtime.
That's incredible. They score fucking 100 points, those 3, basically, and you lose to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
They have no bench. They got
gave
rid
up
of everyone.
Gave up 147 points. The one very blatant and easy way to know if your team is cohesive and playing together is your defense. Give up 147 fucking points. No one's playing defense. So, but again, all right, let's play the waiting game here. It's Kyrie's first game back after his malcontent fucking time off. And let's see if he can string together a couple months of basketball in his life as a 26-year-old poor young man who is struggling, apparently. This fucking piece of shit. Wizards postponed their 6th straight game. Bradley Beal essentially had to petition to the NBA to make them not play because of the limited players that they would have. COVID is running rampant. And Ray, your Washington Wizards are the perfect team to give 0 fucks about COVID and ruin the entire goddamn NBA season. That team gives no shits about playing this year.
No, Russell Westbrook doesn't want to be there. You can tell.
I forget he's there.
Yeah,
his name is not brought up at all this year.
No, and Bradley Beal, I think it's starting to make that move that he wants out. So he's starting to become a royal douchebag because the Jason Tatum St. Louis ties. It's a clear favorite to come to Boston, so he's trying to get out of Washington. Yeah, this team doesn't care. All the superstars gave up on this team. Yeah, dumpster fire beginning over there in Washington.
Sorry to interrupt you, Bill, because you're doing the motion for give Bradley Beal the Celtics, and I'm all for that too. But I've been trying to find a clear answer to this, and my light just keeps fucking up. I don't know what this is all about. And I don't know what it is because I've seen that they cannot use that trade exception on Bradley Beal because it's $28 million and he's $28.5. But people still say trade for Bradley Beal. So would that mean you have to come up with $28 million of existing salary space on or 80% of $28 million on your existing roster, which at that point, I mean, you're trading the farm if you're not touching Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Yeah, if Marcus Smart's 12, you got to come up with another fucking 10. And why the hell would the Wizards? I don't know. I don't have the answer to that. My initial understanding is they can't use the trade exception for Bradley Beal, but maybe they could do a standard NBA trade with salaries to get him.
Yeah, I heard the same thing because that was a big stipulation with it. They wanted a big trade in the Gordon Hayward deal so they could get him, but I think he's like at 32 or 29 at 30.
He's a max guy. Yeah,
he's running that range.
Bradley Beal right now this year is 28.5.
Yeah. Okay, but you have 28.5, don't you?
No, you're just that's what I mean. You're just
Oh,
under.
it's like 28.3, right? Something like that.
Yeah. You're under it by like 500, 800K, but it's
But
that's
can
the
you
rule.
use? So if he plays X amount of games, do you get to use that whole salary? I don't know how that works. I don't know how that bullshit works.
It's way too confusing. If anybody listening to this understands it, send us a message or whatever.
Make sure it's in crayon so I can read it too, please. Thanks.
Yeah, draw a
But as
picture
far
for
as the
Ray.
Wizards with the COVID, man, it's the same thing with the Capitals. They're all partying together. Look at them. Capitals just got fucking fined too, right?
Did you read it? Did you read that little thing about Ovi?
Go ahead, Ray. Want to dip
Go
into some NHL talk? We'll get
Quickly.
the
It's pretty quick, but yeah. So the Capitals got fined $100,000 from the AHL for breaking COVID protocol and Ovechkin.
NHL.
What I say?
You keep saying AHL. That's fucking.
No,
farm
it's just
teams.
probably because I'm fat and I just mumble my words. So, NHL fined them $100,000, and Ovechkin came out saying that they were hanging out in each other's hotel room, and God forbid they actually do team things together outside the locker room. And I guess I learned my lesson from here on out.
Ovechkin, you sent that. Bill, give me your thought on that. Let me pull it up. The quote was actually terrific.
I mean, I don't
It's
mind.
funny.
Like, dude, it is kind of fucking bullshit if you think about it. Like, dude, they're on the road together. They're in the locker room together. They're on the bench together. They're on the ice together. Why can't they hang out together in the fucking their hotel rooms? They're isolated.
That's what they were doing, yeah.
They're isolated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's bullshit. But they're just looking for excuse. They're trying to stop everything they can to spreading this, and $100,000.
They are they're searching for all of the CYA that they can find. Just like the NBA, you can't go hug each other on the court, even though you just bled and sweat.
You
and
can't even
breathed
go
on
past
each other
half
for 60
court
minutes. They're stupid rules, so they can say, "Look, we put these all into place." The problem is, do you really have control? Because the only way that those circumstances would be a problem is if you weren't stopping them from doing things that they're not supposed to be doing, which is going out to the clubs and then coming back to the hotel and hanging out and creating a super spreader situation. So let me find Ovechkin's quote. Now, you have to understand that this is as dry as you can fucking do it in a Russian voice, which I'm not good at. Ovechkin's statement, quote, "I regret my choice to spend time together with my teammates in our hotel room and away from the locker room areas. I will learn from this experience," end quote. Essentially, get fucked. Are you fucking kidding? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Sure, man. Yeah, that's like, I'm sorry I offended you, but I don't really care. That's basically the I'm sorry that you got offended. It's not the same as I'm sorry I offended you.
It's like saying sorry to your wife. You're like, I don't really mean this, but I'm sorry.
Every show, Bill, we get a little insight and Ray's true inner turmoil. Thank God we're talking to a psychologist.
You probably hope he has COVID at this point.
Why? So I can get stuck in this hellhole for another fucking 10 days? No, thank you.
And maybe get the bad kind. Bill,
that's
Bruins,
what I was meaning.
Yeah. Bruins are back in action. We got 2 against the Flyers coming up.
Which can I stop you real quick?
Mm-hmm.
I'm shocked that Bill's letting us record right now.
Well,
Bruins are on. Bruins are on right now. I was shocked to hear this.
It's Billy Badwing.
Yeah.
He's recording it. Just do what I do. And then you can fast forward through the commercials. Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Can they get a bounce back at home? Let me give you Grzelcyk came out, had some couple talking points, but the one that stuck out to me was he thinks Tuukka is out there to prove people wrong. I asked the question, does Tuukka actually have a mentality that he can snap into that mentality? And doesn't it only count if he does it in the playoffs? Bill, the floor is yours for the Boston Bruins.
I think he does to an extent, because you've heard Bruce Cassidy call him out multiple times since he's been head coach, and you've seen him come out and pretty much answer the bell on that. I mean, the track record's pretty much there. I mean, like I said, I think he got, a lot of flack in the media. The media was split down the middle, basically, on him kind of walking out on the team last year. You know where I stand on it. I think he was a pussy. He should have went home and came back. He could have easily came back and played, but he's a little cunt. Right now, he looks motivated in the 2 games that he's played. He's got a 96, 960 save percentage. I think it's 962 right now through 2 games. He's basically let up 3 goals in the 2 games he's played. he's the reason you've been in all these games. He's the reason you won the first game and you were in, you lost 1-0. That was a shit goal that they scored off of deflection. I think it went off Bergeron and in. So, I mean,
that's the other
he's
little
playing.
bit.
He's motivated right now because this
little-
could be it too. He's playing for a contract. Think about that. This is it. He has no future after this. He needs to make money. So if he wants it, he already put it out there. 3-4 more years in Boston. I'd like to do that. He's already stating it now. He's motivated. He wants to get paid, and you'll probably see it all season.
Yeah.
Until Game 7, and when he
well, that's the thing. We saw it all last season too, and the season before that. The other piece of good news out of Bruins camp, because we've hit on the fact that they can't score.
He's back.
Let's hopefully they can score. They're perfect on the penalty kill, so that's good. Who's back, Bill?
Pasta practicing today.
Oh yeah, he's
No
not
contact jersey though.
Yeah, he's coming back soon. He should be back probably 10 days. I bet.
That's not he's back. You can't whisper he's back.
10 days. He's on the ice. Doesn't matter. He's on the ice. He's playing online.
5 games
practice.
in 10 days.
Okay, he's back.
Stupid.
Let's go.
I hate your optimism with the Boston Bruins. I absolutely fucking.
You know why I'm so optimistic on him? You bitch.
That's fine, man. It's all gravy for me. Quest for the butthole tattoo. If they win, they win.
Yeah,
they don't.
We're in a win-win situation here, Bill. No matter what.
Not happening, boys.
I'm just gonna popcorn, beer.
Yeah, I'm just gonna color your butthole like a puck, and then Tuukka's gonna be saving it. What do you want him? You want it stick side or glove side? You want his left ass?
Dude, he's gonna
right
shit the bed in the playoffs. They're not gonna go all the way this year.
Oh, here he comes.
I already picked them to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. Look it up.
Right.
I said they're losing the Eastern Conference Finals.
I got him snapping just in fear.
I picked them in the
fear
Eastern
the
Conference.
stick save butthole
I picked them to
tattoo.
lose in the Eastern Conference Finals when we talk Bruins, and you fucking know it. You picked them to lose in the second round. Ray picked them to win the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, damn right. I want that butthole tattoo.
Notice Ray hasn't had a whole lot of insight here in the Bruins segment.
I have a quick little thing.
Go ahead.
For their scoring, obviously they're playing Philadelphia, who's 3-1 right now. They are 15 goals for, but they also are 11 goals against. So this is the time for them to start putting the puck in the net. This could be it. This could be the change that we needed. A fresh start.
Hockey guy Ray, if you want to pass this one over to Hockey guy Bill, what are your thoughts on Carey Hart there? Obviously, he jumped on the scene last year, but it's super, super streaky.
Yeah, you've seen it. He's been in the league quite a few years now, 5 or 6. He's been in a while, and yeah, Philly's a good team though. Carey Hart, I think, is hit or miss. I think he's as good as Tuukka is when Tuukka's hot, but he's as bad as a lot of these shitty goalies in the league.
Tuukka is when Tuukka's bad.
Yeah, no, when Tuukka's bad, he's still better than a lot of these goalies. Carey Hart, when he's bad, he's not that great. And you saw it in the playoffs last year. They could have easily won and moved on, but he was not good.
So the problem with Hart last year too, I found it was multiple games. Like Tuchel will shit his pants and let in a couple soft ones, and then maybe straighten out like we saw in Game 7. Carey Hart went and basically won them 3 games in a row, and then lost them 2 games in a row. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Yeah, they're a good team. Flyers are a good team. Young,
they're number 1 seed
strong,
last year.
Fast.
In that bubble.
Bullshit. Number 1 seed. All right, let's talk some NFL playoffs. We got championship weekend, and really the only thing that matters is Brady versus Rodgers, but we can also talk about the Bills and the Chiefs.
Your Bills.
Brady, my Bills.
I can talk football. All day, boys.
We'll see.
All right, Bill wants to talk football. We want to talk White Birch Brewing out of Nashua, one of our favorites. They had a ton of awesome releases just a week or so ago. That Belgian quad looked ridiculous. I had a sample
of that while I was there. It was fucking delicious.
I'm so jealous that you assholes get to take advantage of this. Bill, never mind. Ray, what do you have? What do you have in front of you right now?
I have a sour wheat blueberry ale.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm not big on the sours, but fucking White Birch makes a great sour beer. This is definitely one of them.
I have to imagine that's nice and smooth.
It is smooth.
The Berlin device there is gonna smooth that out, so that's good.
Yeah.
All right, White Birch, you can go down there and collect it. They're also locally distributed, so if you see them in the stores, pick up a 4-pack, pick up a 6-pack. If you head down to Nashua, tell them the Simple Mind Boys sent you. White Birch Brewing. Quote out of Rodgers today. He did a couple interviews. I don't know if you guys I know you guys are a fan of McAfee, right? If you didn't get a chance to listen to that interview, go listen to it. If you have any
I heard
inkling of listening to Aaron Rodgers sound like a complete douchebag, God, he sounds like a gutless.
Was
puke.
today that when he was
He's
talking about
always
the
been a
GOAT?
douchebag.
Was today the GOAT one when he was like,
Yeah.
you know, you gotta be the best athlete. There's
multiple
goats. It was all like, yeah, because I'm the fucking real GOAT. It's like, fuck you, Aaron Rodgers.
Dude, this guy
Fuck
disowned his
you.
family. He disowned his family for Olivia Munn. That's it. Like that's
I would too.
Yeah, but you hate your family to begin with, so it doesn't matter.
So do you.
You don't
do
have
the
a
same.
You don't have a
I
family.
love my family. Yeah, Bill, you don't have a family.
But Ray goes in
Right.
spurts. The other one that stuck out to me is they asked him about his future, which we had touched on a couple shows back, and he called it a beautiful mystery. And fuck, this fucking guy. If you're not rooting for me for Tom Brady now, I don't know what your problem is. Fuck Aaron Rodgers.
Snip
dude.
Snaps over there will probably fucking get on your boat pretty soon. But I'm going with Cheesehead this week. I'm Rodgers all the way.
Oh man, I hope it comes in New England after two. Aaron Rodgers, give us Rodgers. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's the backup plan.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd take him. I'd take anybody after Cam Newton. But
Uh-huh.
this is the game. I look. I've said before I snapped onto the Brady train that the best thing to happen would Brady have an excellent game and Bruce Arians and Todd Bowles lose them the game. That's the only way I see this happening. I see Todd Bowles coming up with some stupid game plan against Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams beating him, or Aaron Jones on a run, demolishing him. They're not that great in the secondary with Devontae Adams out there, but I fully expect Brady to go up there in cold, bad weather, have a good game, be fucking nails when he needs to be nails. Ray, you will be sad watching it or angry, one or the other.
Both.
And
I'll be eating a tub of ice cream by myself. Just get my feelings away.
I'm 50-50. If you ask me to predict, I don't know. I don't. What do we know the spread? Someone want to look it up real quick?
I think it's 3. It's not a lot.
Gotta be. It's got to be a pick 'em almost.
Basically, yeah.
So I don't know. It's gonna be a good one. And it's the early game, which is stupid, but at least we'll see.
Well, they rotate it. That's why.
Whatever. We'll see Green Bay. It's supposed to snow a little bit, I think. So a nice day, a freezing cold day.
3.5
in Green Bay.
Green Bay.
3.5 for Green Bay.
Yeah, that's about what it should be.
Green Bay's -3.5.
Correct.
All right.
All right. Well, let's move on. Bills Chiefs. Mahomes is still in protocol, but practicing. He's gonna
play.
This is a fun little thing I saw. I sent you guys. Can Josh Allen buck the trend of the first title game? So, since the NFL changed its playoff format in 2002, 10 signal callers have reached the AFC Championship game for the first time. Those quarterbacks went 0-10 straight up and 2-8 ATS against the spread, losing by an average of 13.1 points per contest. The last quarterback to win the AFC title debut, Tom Brady, 2001. That's not good. It's not good if you're a Bills fan going up against the defending champion Chiefs in Kansas City. And Josh Allen has looked great this year, better at times than others, and has looked pretty good in the postseason. I thought he's been a little bit shaky. Thought he had some dumb eyes last game. I don't feel good about the Bills in this game. I do not.
If it's Henny, it's Bills all the way. If Mahomes is playing, fucking forget about it. It's gonna be a blowout.
I don't know about a blowout, but
I don't know. I think Buffalo can get after Mahomes, especially if he's limited. I'm not worried about the concussion, but remember, he's got a foot injury too. He was limping pretty bad before he came out of that game with a concussion on the sidelines. So, I mean,
never heard of a shot to your foot? Numb that pain right away, baby.
It only works for a half.
Pick a half. I'd pick the second half. Just fucking see you later.
Yeah,
that Bills secondary is suspect. Their
Tre'Davious White is the best guy.
Yeah, but they've been giving up. I mean, they've been giving up big plays all year long. They've been giving up chunk plays. They've been giving up points. You're right. Their front seven can get to them a little bit, but it's the Chiefs. It's Andy Reid and the Chiefs. Then you know that their offense is gonna show up. They've been a little sluggish the last few weeks, but I don't know. I would not bet against them. And that stat 0-10.
That's crazy.
No, they're 0-17 going back to Brady, which is even worse.
That's crazy. That's not a good stat if you're a Bills fan like me. Go Bills. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Anything else you want to touch on for the playoffs here?
No.
Are you excited
Fuck
at
the
all,
Bills. Fuck the Bills. Yeah, I'm watching the games.
Either way, Super Bowl should be good.
Super Bowl should be awesome.
Four good teams, four good offenses,
Bill will record it and watch it the next day and realize what happened, and that's what Bill does.
I always do it. So Comcast is like streaming a lot of this shit now, and I try to do one of their Peacock network. I try to stream it on my box, and they're like, "Oh, we have to send you a streaming box." And
I tried to stream it on the
it's the cable box, right? So I was like, no.
I didn't know where he was going with any of those. I thought there's two layup jokes that he could have had right there. He didn't use any of them. But all right, go on, Bill.
No, but hold on. So I was like, we were watching TV, and I clicked, no, I'm not going to order it. She goes, why? I go, I had 6 Super Bowls on this fucking cable box. I am not giving this thing up.
Yeah, you're
fucking way. I watch them from time to time just to get excited.
Anybody who questioned the degenerate amount of love we have for sports, here you go.
You go.
Bookmark that. 627. Yep. I'm not getting rid of my Comcast cable box because I like to go back and watch old Super Bowls I recorded that are easily accessible pretty much anywhere on the internet.
Yep.
Doesn't matter. Man, I've been setting this cable box up for years. Get all my DVR shows, Super Bowls.
Oh, that's such an old man statement you just made right there. It's incredible.
That's like a millennial old man statement.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Like he's moved on from VHS or newspapers, and he doesn't want to get rid of his DVR.
Yeah.
Boys, Philip Rivers
DVR
retired.
Shame me. Fuck. Now I got to get a new one.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you do. You have any old Philip Rivers losses on that thing? Because he's gone.
Yeah, he's done.
17 years in the league. Philip Rivers retires the fifth overall in yards and completions, I think is the stat. We'll get into this a little bit more on Sunday, talking about some NFL quarterbacks. But I don't know. We've chronicled it the last couple of shows. The biggest choke artist, the biggest choking quarterback in Super Bowl era, 66, I think, losses of a touchdown or less. But he was good. He just wasn't great.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah?
No.
Not first ballot, but he'll get in.
Well, this was my point. If Kurt Warner's in, then
Terrell Davis.
No rings.
Terrell Davis as a running back made it with a big, a 4-year stretch. And
MVP and 2-time Super Bowl winner.
You just have to
resume, baby.
Philip Rivers is in that era that we're going to talk about, though, where Drew Brees never won an MVP. Drew Brees. I know, but all right, if you let me finish, the fucking obvious one.
Sorry.
Because you had Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, these all NFL teams, and MVP. They were taken away. Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. That's some stiff competition to go through for championships and accolades. So that's going to hurt him. But yeah, he'll get in. I don't know if he should. Bye, Philip Rivers. Hey, fight boys! Big fight this weekend, huh?
Yes, sir.
Big.
How many of those are on your DVR, Bill?
None. Do you stream them? You can't. You have to stream them on the app.
BPV. They got that thing locked down, man. You pay for that shit.
$70. Fuck yeah.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Notorious on McGregor coming out saying that Khabib should vacate the title because he's ducking defending it?
Well, if he's not going to come back, he should vacate the title anyways. If he's really going to retire, that belt should be stripped. And
should this be the fight for it? I guess that's the question.
Yeah, 100%.
We told Dana he was going to come back if there was an exciting fight, and that's the opponent for him.
No, he didn't. Then so Dana said that. Then he backtracked. He came out and said today he's not coming back, and anything involved fighting, no, because he doesn't want to disrespect his mother, because he said he was never going to fight again. After his father died, he's 30-0, never wants to fight again. So he came out and said that. So I mean, I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen? But yeah, I mean, if McGregor goes through Poirier right here, I mean, he deserves the belt, and if it's not going to be Khabib, then he deserves to get stripped. I mean, he knocked out Cowboy last year in 43 seconds. This is probably one of the biggest fights he's ever going to have at this point. It's basically he hasn't fought in a year, so he knocks him out. He puts a good showing against him. Poirier's been a champion, so I mean, he puts a good showing against him, then he deserves a shot.
There's if you're not going to fight again, you have to vacate. If
Yeah.
you're going to retire, I
Triple
mean,
C vacated 2 belts and retired.
yeah, well, that's the whole thing. You go on top anyway, like what, who cares? Just get, yeah, I'm, that makes that.
You never
that,
know. They could surprise you and just be like, all right, here's the belt for the winner. They could do something crazy like that.
It is one of the reasons that the MMA world kind of intrigues me a little bit. It's basically just one guy calling the shots who can do whatever the fuck he wants whenever he wants. So
there's a couple
it's
guys
like,
behind the scenes.
I'm just going to wild card
But-
this thing and whatever's going to bring in the biggest amount of money, the biggest purse, and draw the most eyes. Let's do it. It's kind of the way I feel like they run that thing, and it makes it exciting. It makes it worthwhile. All right. What do you think we should do? You think we should extend this thing a couple 10 minutes for Oh Dark 30?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The newest segment,
Yes.
newest segment for all the olds out there. Oh Dark 30, where we talk baseball. It's called Oh Dark 30 because
Do you know
these
what
old
that is?
bitches wake up at 4:00 in the morning and they shit their pants and it's dark. What, Bill?
You know what Oh Dark 30 is? It's like the 30 minutes before sunrise that you can start hunting.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
So
and it's-
excited he was.
And then
to
it's
tell you that.
30 it's 30 minutes like before sunset or some shit like that at dusk. That's what it means.
Very
So
good.
for old
Look how
people,
proud of him. He's so proud of himself right there.
I know things.
And drink beer and know things. All right. Well, this has been the Simple Mind Sports Show Friday headlines, January 22nd. We'll see you on Sunday for talking some football. And stick around for Oh Dark 30, where we will not be shooting anything. We'll just be shooting the shit about baseball. And Bill will tell us about old stories when him and his compadres would go out into the woods and discuss Ty Cobb's latest game as they hunted the biggest buck in the woods.
To feed their family for the week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Did you know that? You must have known that when you said that the other night.
Yeah, I did. You wanted something old.
It's definitely
I used to
old.
work with a guy. His license plate was Oh Dark 30. It was a fucking beat up truck. Beat up old Dodge.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
Dude, that McGregor fight and then the co-main event, Chandler versus Hooker. Oh man, that's gonna be such a good fucking fight.
Okay. What do you think the crossover is between MMA fighters and baseball lovers as we welcome
Probably not much.
in the listeners to Oh Dark 30?
Just angry old drunk men that love to see violence. That's the only crossover you're gonna get.
Yeah. Like Bill.
Bill. Yeah.
That's right. I like baseball and I like violence. Click clack, motherfucker.
Speaking of baseball, we'll skip the violence for now.
I have a song for this.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Do you know that MIA song? The
All I want to
it
do
was boom, boom, boom with the guns and the shit in the background. That's what this should be.
Really? I was thinking of an old-timey Western. But I'll give that one a listen. All right, Billy Baseball. Why don't you give me all of the recent signings across the MLB that the Red Sox were not in on and should have been on? And please, we only have 10 minutes or so keep it brief.
All right, yeah, big one. Springer to the Blue Jays. That's a big one. The Red Sox probably should have been on. J.A. Happ going to the Twins, signed last night. Jose Quintana just signed with the Angels. Brantley, who I don't think the Sox were ever going to be on return. He flirted with Toronto, but went back to Houston. So those are some big ones since in the last couple of days.
Yeah,
Am I missing one? I think that's all I have.
I don't think so. I didn't look it up. I just left it to you. Either way,
Those are the big ones.
The reason I asked the question is because we were promised a series of moves by the Boston Red Sox. They have been rumored to be in on literally every single free agent. I'm on record as saying that I like that because at least they're doing their homework and checking guys out. But now it seems like we're going through the the Jacobs era Bruins where they just threw some heat in the media to make it seem like they were trying, and you're not going to get shit. And honestly, you're not going to get shit if you're the Red Sox. Who's left? Ozuna's out there. You're not going to get him. It's reporting now he's going back to the Braves. Bill, I know you're high on Odorizzi, but that's not a fucking splash by any stretch.
No,
of the
but it's going to be
imagination.
solid. And sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but J.A. Happ going to the Twins is promising because I think that they kind of expect Odorizzi to be gone. And I think he's going to be the perfect Sox because you can sign him kind of long term. He's not going to break the bank. I would probably expect him in the Nathan Eovaldi range, somewhere in that 3 for whatever. 17 a year, somewhere in that range.
Whatever, Bill. Stop ruining my momentum. The point is that if that's the one guy in their series of moves, if you don't actually have a regular full-time second baseman on the roster, Benintendi's still not traded after you've promised to do that for pitching prospects. Your outfield is, I don't know, question marks. You lost Jackie Brownlee Jr. You have to replace him. Are you going to replace him with Verdugo? Are you going to keep Benintendi to keep him there? You signed, help me, the name starts with an H from San Diego.
Renfroe.
Sorry, Renfroe. I don't know why. There's an H in there, right?
Hunter. Yeah.
Hunter. There you go. Yep. So, I don't know. It just seems like you have shit to do. And we all know that their pitching staff is bad.
Yeah.
Bad. Now, if there's a plan out there, then hopefully we'll see it. And I wouldn't expect to see it until next year. But this is not what Red Sox brass had come out and promised us just a couple weeks ago. This is the Bill Belichick quarterback after Tom Brady approach, where they wait to see the best and biggest names that fall into the shit heap because they can't play anymore, and then give them the lowest dollar. That's what it seems like to me.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what's going on. And another rumor, too, is Braves are trying to get Rumoto.
Yeah, I saw that the other day.
So, I mean, I would love for that. As a Braves fan, I would fucking love that.
Billy Braves over there.
Billy Braves.
Dude, my other Reds. I'm sorry, but the only sport I'm a two-teamer in. But man, the Red Sox aren't doing fucking shit. I'm still a goddamn fan, but man, if you're banking on Odorizzi, I mean, there's other guys. Like I said, Tanaka, even James Paxton. These are the guys you need to fucking get. You need these veteran guys, and they don't want to fucking spend any money.
Your opening day starter is Erod, who doesn't have a heart that works anymore because of COVID, or Martin Perez.
Well, Nathan Eovaldi would get in there, but it should be.
Shut the fuck up with Nathan Eovaldi. Get him in the goddamn bullpen where he belongs, Nathan Eovaldi. Come on. What are we doing, Bill? What was the number you just sent us? That in the past 2 years they spent $22.87 million on free agents or something?
It was 8 major league players in the last 2 seasons. Well, yeah, this year and last year, and it was $22.95 million total. And what's today? We're in the 22nd of January. Training camp starts in
less than a month.
35 days. When is it?
February 27th.
27th. So
yeah, sorry.
So like 35, 36 days. So, I mean, this is the time you're supposed to make these moves. You look at JD Martinez, he signed in the middle of training camp or spring training. So, I mean, it seems like it's going to be similar pattern, but you're kind of seeing it around the league, the whole entire league. There hasn't been a lot of big moves. You've seen a lot of small moves. Charlie Morton going to the Braves, Drew Smiley going to the Braves for kind of 1 year, 15, and Drew Smiley got like $11 million. Those weren't huge moves. Now you're seeing these bigger moves start to happen. So I think you're seeing a lot of these dominoes. You're kind of seeing the market play out. This is why, because baseball is a big market club, right? So you're looking at these big markets to drive up the price. Right. So you're kind of waiting all this out. Once these big market teams, you realize they're not in, the price starts coming down. So this is exactly what happened with JD Martinez. The deals where you're not getting these huge money deals in the offseason, they're kind of over. Baseball's not really spending like that. They're spending money on their own free agents. You just start with Mookie and the Dodgers. Outside of like Bryce Harper and Manny Machado, you haven't seen a lot of huge moves for huge money. So these guys,
I think that's a conversation for something else. I think that there's legitimate owner collusion going on, driving down the price of free agency.
Well, that's kind of what I'm getting at.
It's why you're
just very long-winded.
Billy fucking rambles, baby. It's why you're
the blood hits great.
over the last few years. You've seen it all come down. To February, like you said, JD Martinez signing in spring training, which is ridiculous. So yeah, I think that is a trend that has been driven from the top, and it's been pretty evident. It has nothing to do with the Boston Red Sox not signing anybody. There's anything.
No,
they
it's
are
a
a top market
joke.
team. They can
I
do what
know.
the fuck they want. Now, again, if Hyman Bloom has a plan that involves not doing anything for a year,
Bravo, doing a great job.
and we come back in 2020 and they're a competitive club this year, you should be fighting for the playoffs. If you're a competitive club and I can root for you, fine, on this year. And next year, you should be in the playoffs and have a crack at being competitive in the playoffs. That's how it should look. Right now, if Nathan Eovaldi is your starting pitcher, you still have not done enough. I'm sorry, you haven't. I know that the free agent market was not big out there, and Trevor Bauer's still out there. That's not happening for if you're a Boston Red Sox fan. But you could have, like you just said, Bill, you could have done a number of moves on small-term deals for veterans to come in here, like they did in 2013, flip the culture around, be competitive for a year, see what happens, and then move from there when Chris Sale comes back and see what you can do. They're not doing that. They're not doing that right now, and it's annoying. I have a question for you. Last thing on the baseball thing, and I think this would help baseball because the hot stove is no longer hot. It's freezing cold. Should they just take their entire free agency period and put it at the end of January?
I think it'd be more you get more ratings because this is a joke. But you move the winter meetings back, like the owners' meetings, all that shit back, and then start it then. But they want these guys. They want these guys that they're trying to sign with their strength, like the team strength coaches, all that shit early. So they want to get on these plans early and all that shit.
Bill, they're not signing anybody.
I know,
right
but those
now.
are the agents. Those are the fucking agents because they're trying to drive up all the prices. That's what I'm saying. In a collusion.
Whatever.
It's baseball. You don't need
don't
strength and conditioning for any of that shit.
The agents don't run the fucking league.
I don't play baseball.
No, you didn't. He didn't make it. As little athleticism as you need for baseball, Ray didn't make the cut. No. They're proving it. The agents don't run baseball. So if this is what you want to do, fine, make the rule. Have free tampering, legal tampering from the end of the World Series till January 10th.
Or winter meetings. Do it from the winter meetings on till January.
Something. Don't have 6 months
it's so
of
boring.
dribs and drabs.
I don't know why they do it. Like it used to be. I remember Manny signed in December.
Right, or make it at the beginning, like every other league. Have 3 weeks or 2 weeks or whatever it is at the beginning of the free agency period is a few weeks. That's it. Then it's
before
cut
the
off.
Draft, right?
Yes, before the draft. Yeah, I mean, obviously, baseball is different with that, with their midseason draft and shit.
Which is stupid.
Yeah. Well, none of those guys play in the league, dude. The hockey, none of those guys will play in the league for years. But no, one more that the Sox missed on was Archie Bradley. I think he signed for 1 year and $4.5 million with the Phillies.
I would have liked Archie Bradley.
Dombrowski getting his closer there in Philly. You know, they tried to get Brandon Workman last year. That didn't help. And Keith Hembry. Now you went out and got him. And Archie Bradley would have fit perfect on this team. God, God damn it. God fucking damn it.
A lot of guys, man. A lot of names, a lot of guys, a lot of cheap money.
First day of his vacation. He's already bent out of shape. Fucking A.
Oh, that one hurt me.
Oh, dark 30. Hurt. You don't want to start your day like this, old guys.
No.
Quintana, man, they should have been on Quintana.
And the Red Sox have been in Quintana for years. They had their.
You always hear his name over here.
They asked for him in the sale deal too. They were willing to throw something in. I think they asked for Benintendi, and they said no. But he hasn't lived up to the hype. But man, he can throw when he's on. He's owned the Red Sox.
Yeah, he's also another innings guy. Like, I just look again. If the plan is, if you have identified young guys in your pitching rotation, who's the Houch? Who's the young kid that came up last year? Huak. Tyler
Hawk.
Jay Bloom, who still needs to first round pick, that still needs to.
He'll be in AAA this year, so I mean he could be on the cups coming up.
So there's some young guys. Maybe they're not trying to clog up the pipeline with the Tanakas and Paxtons of the world, but
you need depth,
the 2020 Boston Red Sox were an embarrassment in Major League Professional Baseball pitching, and you're walking in with a very similar pitching staff in rotation. So it's not something that is fun. Looks fun to me.
Ray, you got anything to add before we go?
Go Sox.
Go Sox. All right, this has been O Dark 30, Red Sox talk from the Simple Mind Sports Show. We'll see you the next time there's some important baseball news to bring up. So I don't know, October.
Probably March or April.
Yeah, March. Yeah, when they open up the field. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.